They played. They're playing. You can lie to people who are in your business for no reason. Girl, granny. Hey girl, hey, it's Jordan the Bay, and thank you for tuning into my channel where all the real bitches link up. As you can see from the title, we are back on our Reddit wave. Okay, so I don't know if you are driving, at work, cleaning up your house. I don't know, but we're about to spend some time together and we're about to get into what these people are getting into. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about, am I the a-hole? And who better to judge than me? Okay, number one, am I the a-hole for not wanting my sister-in-law who strangled me when I was 16 at the house? Just off the title alone, no. And if anything, you might just owe her a fade. No shade. So she's 22 right now. When I was 16, my brother's wife, when she was in her late 20s at the time, strangled me during an argument. I honestly don't remember exactly what the original argument was about. I remember trying to walk away multiple times. I went into another room, but I could still hear her yelling about me. I came back because I was upset and we started arguing again. I'd like to add that now that I'm an adult, I would have never went back and continued arguing. I know better now that it's simply not worth it, but I was 16 and didn't have all the coping skills I have now. Girl, I don't blame you, because you know how, like, even like with your parents, like y'all get into it real quick and then you go into your room or something, and you hear them on the phone, like with your aunt or her friend or their friend or whatever, and they still talking, and it's like, okay, but now shut up. Like, why are you what are you still talking for? You know what I'm saying? So like, even as an adult, like, I still wouldn't have like faulted you for it, because shut up. At that point, my brother and his wife forced me to the ground. So he's part of the problem too. What the freak? At that point, my brother and his sister forced me to the ground, and she put her hands around my neck and strangled me. My brother eventually stepped away. My mother was there and eventually left the room and went to her bedroom. She didn't intervene until I had gone silent and my face turned purple. I remember my vision going completely black. My sister even has a video of it but refuses to show it to me. I didn't call the police at the time. I've been in situations before where the adult's version of events was believed over mine, and I honestly didn't think anyone would take my side. To this day, my brother's wife has never apologized to me for strangling me. Fast forward to now, I'm 22, I've lived alone from 18 to 21, but recently I've hit some hard times and I'm living at my mom's house again, but I pay rent to live here. Recently, my mom wanted to bring my brother's wife over to the house again. I told her I was not comfortable with anyone who strangled me being in my home. I feel like that's a pretty basic boundary. I'm not telling anyone they can't have a relationship with her, but I don't want her in the house where I live. My mom still wanted to bring her over and I basically crashed out about it. I yelled and made it very clear that I don't understand why anyone would ever want someone who violently assaulted their daughter around them, let alone inside the house. After that, my mom ended up going somewhere else to meet her instead of bringing her to the house. But it took a lot of protesting and lots of arguments. Now my entire family is acting like I'm crazy and unreasonable for reacting the way that I did. No one is really talking to me normally. My mom says I should just forgive her, but strangulation is a serious assault and should never be taken lightly, especially against a minor. Besides, she's never taken accountability or tried to apologize. From my perspective, I don't think it's unreasonable to expect at least an apology from someone who strangled me. But everyone else in the house is acting like I'm the one who overreacted. Am I the a-hole? No, you are not the a-hole. And you got a family full of ops, boo. No shade. First of all, brother, cut off. He would have had to get the freak up out of my life, because they both held you down on the ground so that his wife could strangle you. Your mama left the room, went and did whatever the freak she was gonna do. She didn't even care enough to be like, okay, get up off my daughter. Like, we're not doing this, get out. So you not the a-hole. It's like the whole family is like teaming up to like gaslight you into feeling like you're doing too much. I would cut everybody off. Like, you falling on hard times, so you back at your mama house. Sometimes when you living with your parents, it can get rocky. But do what you gotta do, stack your own coins and get up out of there. Like, how you gonna put your daughter-in-law over your daughter? Like, ho, you gave birth to me. Like, I'm your child. Like, literally. This is somebody else's daughter. Let them worry about their daughter, but you need to be worried about me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where my head would be at. Like, no, mama, she's foul. I really wish we knew what they were arguing about because I want to know why she strangled her. And strangulation, like she said, is actually very serious. And it's a very passionate crime too, like a very passionate way of like assaulting somebody. When you strangle somebody, you're literally watching the air and like their life just kind of leave their body. Like strangulation is very personal and it is very deep. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't take that lightly at all. Or the fact that my brother was holding me down too. You not the a-hole, boo. Number 2. Am I the a-hole for wanting to kick my family out even if that means they end up homeless? Okay. Background. My wife and I purchased our first home a year ago and wanted to make sure we had a guest room for visitors to stay with us. My wife's family, 5 people, wants to buy a home too, but are nowhere near where they need to be able to purchase. So they're staying with us to save money. They have been staying with us for 3 months and they have been able to save $200. Oh, is it in like 450s? $200. They played. They're playing. My wife approved this whole situation and is charging $0 for rent. Meanwhile, I am picking up extra shifts at work to bring additional finances in since my water usage has doubled, my electricity has tripled, and my grocery budget has skyrocketed since they arrived. It's 5 of y'all. Y'all can't get your own groceries? I'm sorry, I'm not providing groceries for no 5 people. There would never be a time. Don't piss me off. They're literally taking advantage. I'm not even halfway through this stuff. They're taking advantage, period. I can figure out the finances aspect, but it's the lack of respect for our home that gets under my skin. I wouldn't be figuring out the finances either. Okay. There's small things like leaving lights on, leaving the front/back door open, leaving the bathroom door open after pooping. Ew. But then there's the fact that my nephews treat my loft area exactly like their bedrooms, with dirty clothes either piled up on the floor or spread out onto our couch in the loft. Their 2 dogs pee on everything outside, including the grill and my daughter's toys. One of them poops in the house occasionally, just to name a few of the issues. I just feel like I am having to act like a guest in my own home, having to change my ways and opinions because it makes them uncomfortable. Cannot be critical of any situation in my own home. I have given them until January 1st to figure it out, but my wife says I'm an a-hole for not supporting them while they are figuring things out. I have expressed that I will be more lenient if they gave me control of their finances so that I can control their spending habits and let them stay as long as they need. But I'm still an a-hole apparently for even suggesting that. So am I really the a-hole? No. They are taking advantage. Full stop. If it's 2 adults, working jobs, doing what gotta be done, there should be more than $200 saved up. That's insane, and they're playing, period. I would not be figuring out the finance aspect of it. That would be why you would have to go. No shade. Like, water doubling, electricity tripling, groceries is crazy right now. When was this posted? 4 days ago. So they're living in the current economy. Baby, these groceries expensive than a mother. Don't ask me how much I spent last week. Shoot, yesterday. You know what I'm saying? These groceries are crazy. And you providing it for 5 people? Oh no, that would have been my way out. I'm sorry. Everything's getting too expensive. It don't even feel like we helping y'all because y'all only saving up $200. Y'all gotta go. No shade. I can't sustain my own motherfucking house with y'all here. And y'all not contributing. Y'all not putting nothing on nothing. Y'all can even buy your own groceries. At least. Nigga, you could be getting your own freaking peanut butter and jelly and eating on that. I'm providing groceries for... No. But your wife, she's gonna have to understand that y'all are married. So she's gonna have to put y'all's family, and y'all have a daughter too. Like, y'all literally have your own family and everything going on. she needs to understand that that has to come before these outsiders. And they're not outsiders in the sense where it's like they're not family, but they are outsiders in the sense where technically they are outsiders of like the family that y'all have created. Let's just say this doesn't get no better. And you're like, you know what? My wife wants them here. I'm gonna fall in line. I'm not gonna press no issues. And you grow resentment. And you're like, okay, y'all can have the crib. Y'all can have this. I'm out. She's gonna be like, no, don't leave. But you know what I'm saying? You're putting their comfortability over mine in my own home. So now there's resentment and there's problems between y'all. And you're the one that she's married to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like she needs to put her family that she created ahead of these people. No, you're not the a-hole, and your wife needs to snap the freak out of it because she's pissing me off. Number 3, am I the a-hole for telling my parents I'm glad my grandmother died? Damn. You happy granny dead? All right. A little context about my situation. She's a 27-year-old female. I lived in a tier 1 city in India growing up, and house prices and rent were very expensive. Until the age of 8, I lived with my parents and grandparents in a 2-bedroom flat with 1 bedroom for my parents and us and 1 bedroom for my grandparents. Now, let me tell you, my grandmother hated me. There is no other way to say it, but she just despised me, and I was her least favorite kid growing up. I have a younger sister and a younger cousin brother. She was supposed to supervise us and pick us up from school and used to treat me like garbage. She would wake me up by throwing cold water on my face. I would have needed that from Granny, no shade. The freak. Purposefully give me cold food on a wet plate, eat food my mom got for me, constantly whine how I wasn't a boy, sometimes starve me because I was fat, close the lights while I was reading something and making me sit in heat because I was increasing the light bill, hit me if I didn't obey her rules, and the list goes on. And every time I complained to my parents, she spun the tale, and of course they were on her side. Now, when I was 8 and my birthday was a month away, she got a heart attack and was hospitalized. My dad was shaken and upset, and so was the rest of the family. I remember hearing them talk about her condition, and I also remember hoping she didn't make it. No, nah, that's real. Like, I'm like, God, let your will be done. Take this evil hoe up out of here. Cause the freak. She didn't make it, and I finally could breathe. Period. Although I was relieved, I never told anyone this because obviously my whole family loves her and I didn't want to get kicked out. Okay, present day. My birthday is close and I wanted to plan something special since it's my golden birthday. The topic of previous birthdays comes up and I told them something along the lines of my 9th birthday was ruined because of grandmother's death, which is so on theme considering she never liked me, but at least my life became much better after that. And then my parents flipped and started saying that I am heartless and have no empathy. In my eyes, that woman hated me and the feeling was mutual. My parents had to know the truth someday considering I am who I am because I got free from her abuse at a young age. I have even sought therapy for childhood trauma because of her. But now I'm wondering if I should have taken the secret to the grave considering my dad still thinks of her as a loving, kind lady and I am the one bad-mouthing her. Girl, Granny. This is just one of those moments where you're just gonna have to be okay with being a bad guy. Seriously. Your view of her, the experiences that you have with her, is never gonna make sense to her son or any other family members who only know her as like this sweet, loving little old lady. And you're literally just gonna have to be okay with that. You know what I'm saying? Because they weren't there, they're never gonna see it. And you're gonna drive yourself crazy trying to get people to understand where you're coming from, knowing that they literally don't know that version of her. And they never will, because the hoe dead. You're not the a-hole, but just understand that if you're gonna keep talking about it, because that's the thing, like you really could just drop it and stop bad-mouthing her, especially because, like I said, they're never gonna understand. Like when they start talking about, oh, I miss grandma, my sweet grandma. And your mind, you're gonna be like, that evil bitch. What are we talking about? That's gonna be, but there would be no reason for you to be like, well, just so you know, she was a demon. Like she was an evil little lady. Like there's really not even a reason for you to even do that. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't know that version of her. Immediately, you are the bad guy. You're speaking ill of the dead. You're speaking ill of this old lady. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, your best bet is, even though you are not the a-hole, stop talking about it to them. And that's why you got a therapist. Talk to your therapist. You don't want to be bad mouthing Granny and she dead, but somehow her mess is impacting you even after her death. You speaking on her flaws and all the stuff that's wrong with her. Don't nobody believe you. And now family looking at you funny because you talking bad about grandma and you defending yourself and her BS against her BS after she long gone. Don't talk about Granny. Don't even get into that conversation because you wasting your breath. Number 4. Am I the a-hole for breaking up with my boyfriend? He's 33 over an unfunny prank. She's a 33-year-old woman. She dated John about 8 years ago when they were about 25-ish, she says. It was almost a year-long relationship, 10 months or so. A week ago was the first time I've seen John since, because we were both at a friend's party who was celebrating that friend becoming a father. John got super drunk and decided to tell anyone who would listen the story of how we broke up. After hearing it, mostly men were telling me I completely overreacted. Here's the story that started our breakup. Ooh, okay. John was staying at my place that night. I woke up and it was Saturday morning. I went downstairs to make a coffee. I heard him having a shower upstairs and he came down dressed and ready to go to work. I figured he got confused and thought it was a work day. I didn't say anything until he was putting his shoes on. I was repeatedly asking him, so what day is it? Until he got a bit mad, looked at his smartwatch and saw it was Saturday. He was quite mad at me and said it was a bad prank and he will pay me back. The next day we were apart and he texted me, we need to talk. I'm so sorry. I got another girl pregnant. To which I replied something along the lines of, if this is your attempt of a payback prank, consider it failed. After that, John doubled, tripled, and quadrupled down on it. He swore to everything he holds dear that it was true, and he even sent me a clearly fake ultrasound picture. I kept telling him, dude, I don't believe you. Stop, you're making this incredibly weird. He did not back down. After a full day of convincing me in vain, I was weirded out that I told him, well, okay, if you're having a baby with a mystery lady, then we need to break up. And he was like, ha 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 ha, my prank worked. Boom, pranked. After this incident, I was too weirded out by him. We broke up a few days later with him being completely unwilling to acknowledge he took it too far and framing it as, I just needed some more convincing to fall for it. 8 years later, he's clearly still hurt about it because he was telling everyone and basically doing a poll on who was wrong. Some people were coming up to me and telling me it was just a joke. So am I the a-hole for breaking up with this guy over a bad prank? I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say you are kind of being the a-hole. Like, he did too much. Like, when you weigh the two pranks, you know, like, yours was very harmless and he definitely took it too far. The prank was a bit much. But in the same breath, you knew it was a prank. You knew he was lying. I could see if he like really sold it and you on like a random Wednesday, you ain't did nothing. Like you had never pranked him and he just chose to on this random weekday. Like, you know what? I'm going to ruin my girl's day. Like, I know that this would wreck her and I want to do that to her. I could see you being like, you knew that would hurt me. Why would you even do that? You wanted to see me upset. You wanted to hurt me for some odd reason and I'm done with you. I could actually understand that. I could see that. But you knew it was a prank the whole time. It kind of gives like you just kind of wanted to leave him. No shade. He told you, oh, you pranked me. I got something for you. He literally told you. I mean, I don't know. I think you kind of did too much. You just wanted to break up with him. And I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But I mean, come on now. You're no victim. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're no victim. And this is our last one. Would I be the a-hole if I got my tubes tied but told everyone I'm infertile? I'm a woman. I'm at an age where people start asking me when I'm going to have kids, family, or even neighbors. Every female gathering, there's always so when will you make your parents grandparents? I don't have a boyfriend, and once my aunt even encouraged me to have an unprotected one-night stand with a stranger just to get pregnant and give my family a grandchild. Hoes are weird. Why do y'all... Okay. But the thing is, I'm never going to have kids of my own. Adopt, maybe in 10 years. But biological, nope. Sorry. Pregnancy disgusts me and called me selfish, but I would hate my body after it. I already have issues regarding my self-esteem, and it would only get worse after pregnancy. And there's too many ways a pregnancy could mess with my health. Getting my tubes tied is illegal in my country. Where you at, girl? But I plan on traveling to another country to get it done. So how much of an asshole would I be if someone asked me about potential kids again and I tell them I can't have them? Well, I wouldn't be lying. But if they ask further, I wouldn't say, hey, so I got sterilized because I don't want to be pregnant. I would rather say I'm medically unable to conceive, since this wouldn't get me as judged. You can lie to people who are in your business. Like let's just start there. You can lie to people who are in your business for no reason. You're not the a-hole. People are annoying as hell. If anything, I would say I got sterilized. Like, I would say it because I feel like people don't expect to hear that. Like, oh, like in my mind, like that's the response that you would get. Like, oh my gosh, Jordan, when are you gonna have kids? I'm sterilized. Oh, okay. Like, well, no, all right. 'Cause, I mean, what? The deed is done, boo. I'm sterilized. No children. Poof, pow, be gone. Then to encourage you to have a unprotected one night stand with somebody and get pregnant, that's disgusting. And as much as these people are in your business, I feel like if you did do that, then they would judge you because who your baby daddy? Oh, I don't know, just some one night stand. Your parents can't want a grandchild that bad. That's insane. So that's what I think. Sure, on my nerves. Because as someone who also doesn't want to have kids, this would piss me off. Like every time we have a family gathering, it's, oh, Jordan, when are you having kids? Get up out my face. For real. I'm just imagining that happening to me all the time. And it's pissing me off for you. So yeah, y'all, that is it for today's video. I love doing Reddit videos. I just love being in people's business and I love giving my 2 cents. Eventually, I want to get my channel to the point where people will send me in their tea or their questions and stuff like that, and then I can answer them and give them life advice. So let's, get my channel booming. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the things so that we can go crazy, and then people will feel comfortable telling me their business so that we can really get into other tea that's not on Reddit. You know what I'm saying? Tell me what you think about the stories that we read today, and yeah, and stay tuned for more videos. Bye.